Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you are new here, my name is Elena and I am the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos. And here on this channel we talk about homeschooling, homemaking, wannabe homesteading, and all the things in between. Today we're going to talk about some of our favorite Christmas books. Honestly, we just add more every season if we are able to, and I have just a handful here to share with you. These are in no particular order. I'm just going to kind of go through with you, and I'm sure we have some spread around the house that the kids have been reading because they've been putting them in their rooms as I've been bringing them out and just kind of reading them at evening in their beds and things like that. So I'm sure I'm missing some from here. So this is just a few of our favorites, not by any means all of them. Like I said, they're not in any particular order. I'm just going to share with you a few of them. This first one here is the story of baby Jesus. This is an Alice in Bibleland. I'm sorry, it's already dark out and I wanted to get this filmed earlier, so I will try to insert a picture of the book here too, because I know that the glare may be hard to see the book as well. But this is an Alice in Bibleland story. This is Alice here, you see her in the corner, and this is a series of books, and I can't even remember, I think we came across these in a thrift store, and every time we find them, we look for them again. Basically, Alice is the young girl in the picture, and as she reads, she goes into Bibleland, and it tells a story. So they have the story of Ruth and Naomi, and they have the story of, I believe, Moses, just lots of different ones. This is a really fun read of ours. So like I said, it just tells her story. This was, you can see some writing on it. This was from a thrift store too. That's usually where I find them. But it says, the Bible storybook became a great big open screen. Alice walked on through to Bibleland and came upon this scene. And then it goes into the first Christmas and the story in there. And so I like these books because they're just sweet, and they are about a young girl, and I find that my kids kind of are entranced with entering a book and finding out a story about it. A classic that we just love. We love watching this as well. I probably more than the kids, or I passed on my love of this, but this is a Charlie Brown Christmas. This is after the show, or the 30-minute show that they have. This was from one of those Kohl's department store. Sometimes we'll have books out, and that's what this one is from. And it just it's the book version of the adorable cartoon that we watch every year, and so that's in here. I just love Charlie Brown. I love Linus's speech right in the middle of that, and then his sweet little tree that he gets. It's just such a great feel-good kind of show, So we watch that every year, and we pull out the book as well. So it's another one of our favorites. A new one that we purchased last year is this Treasury. We actually purchased this on the recommendation of I hope I don't get it right. Grace and Grit is her YouTube channel name. We bought a Christmas bundle, and then she also recommended this book to go with it. It's a treasury of Christmas stories and songs, and so this was new to us last year. I believe I was able to find this on Thrift Books, so I purchased it there. But this has a bunch of different things inside. It's not just one story, so it has the first Christmas story, but it also has some really great things you can use in schooling as well, or just to read if you just want to read them, honestly. But it has the 12 Days of Christmas, Silent Night, O Come All Ye Faithful, A Letter to Santa, just a whole bunch of different things in here. Last year, I know we did a little bit of background on the 12 Days of Christmas and where that song came from, as well as we also did a little study on Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and so that is in there. We talked about angels and what angels are described as in the Bible versus how we picture them typically. So it was, and then where, the background of this song, when it was written, and that kind of fun stuff. So there's a lot of in here. There's even a version of the Nutcracker as I was going through. I didn't even realize that was in there. I probably did realize when I first bought it, but I've since forgotten. And my daughter has been a little entranced with Nutcrackers this season, so I think we'll read that maybe to her tonight. There are 18 different stories or poems in here, so that was a great book as well. This one's just a classic, The Night Before Christmas. I think we all kind of know the beginning, at least, of this story. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house. So I like this one. We have this in a big storybook so that the kids can kind of see the pictures and enjoy the story. Again, it's just a fun little classic read and a little poem that we all have in our heads. I think we all kind of know at least parts of the story. I believe I purchased this one from a thrift store as well. I'm big, if you don't know, on buying used books when we can. So we got this. This just says the classic edition by Clement C. Moore, illustrated by Charles Santor. I'm looking for the publisher date, and it's so cute. This book may be ordered by mail from the publisher. Please include $4.50 for postage and handling. Please support your local bookseller first. This version, I'm not sure when it was published, but this is just the one that we happened to pick up. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it a little more, this might have come from our book bundler when we did some Christmas books from Book Bundler, and this might have come from there. If not, then definitely a thrift store. So we have this book as well. To kind of go along the theme or the poetry of 'Twas a Night Before Christmas, we have picked up The Soldier's Night Before Christmas. This one is really great. This is by Trish Holland and Christine Ford and illustrated by John Manders. And this particular one is the Soldier's branch. We are a family that supports our armed forces, and this is just a great way for me to remind the kids and ourselves to be praying and remembering those that cannot be home with their loved ones because they are out there fighting for us. And it's just got some really great pictures in there. It's got the kind of rhyme, like I said, of the night before Christmas. When outside the tent there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my rack to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, poked out my head and yelled, "What was that crash?" So you can see the soldier, he is in his barracks, and then he jumps out and he goes to the window, and then it's even their Santa is a little more rough and tough, and so we really enjoyed this book. We enjoyed this book so much that this year we added to our collection The Navy's Night Before Christmas. So this goes along with that, and I believe I will check and then put it somewhere up, probably here, if there are any other versions, but these were the two that we have right now. This is The Navy's Night Before Christmas. And then the last two books are kind of maybe contradictory to each other. So let me share them with you, and then you can decide. The first one is, I think my grandpa might be Santa. So this one is really sweet. It is about a little boy, and he talks about all the similarities that are happening that him and his little sister realize that his grandpa and him have in common. His grandpa has a workshop, and he makes some toys. And then, just different things that the grandpa does, or my grandpa has a round tummy, and it shakes when he laughs like a bowl full of jelly. So lots of different things that they notice is that Santa and their grandpa have in common. And so they come to the conclusion maybe that their grandpa might be Santa. Now this is a super sweet story to us, and it's special and dear to our heart because my dad, my kid's grandpa, actually kind of looks like Santa. He's got a white beard, and his hair is going white as well. And so he kind of looks like Santa. And so instead of taking my kids every year to go take pictures with Santa, I would take them to my dad, and he would wear a Santa hat, and we would take pictures. And so this is just a really sweet kind of story, and kind of ties in with our family as well because of that, because my kids sometimes, as especially the young ones, wonder, could Santa and my grandpa be one and the same? But along with wondering who Santa is, this story, Santa, Are You For Real? This is a really sweet story. If you are wondering how to talk to your kids about Santa, if maybe you are not wanting, I want to be very careful with my words here. If maybe you have a different perspective and you want to teach your kids something different that may not be as commonplace, I hope that is okay. This story in Santa, Are You For Real? Children will discover that there really was a Saint Nicholas. Through colorful illustrations and a heartwarming story, children and parents will learn who the real Saint Nick was, when he lived, and why he gave gifts. Most importantly, you'll see how the original Saint Nick set an example for us today by keeping Christ at the heart of Christmas. This is written by Harold Myra and illustrated by Jane Caruso. I hope I said that right. But this book was actually recommended to me when I was just kind of wondering how to make that transition for my son. And this was recommended to me by one of my friends. It tells the story of a little boy who's out playing, and his friends are telling him that Santa's phony, and he goes in and he wants to talk to his dad about it because he's just not sure what to believe. And so his dad sits down and tells him about the story of Saint Nicholas. And so this is a great, like I said, I just feel like this is a great story when you are either making the transition for your kids or they're asking questions and not quite sure where to go with it. I just thought that this was a fantastic book to have on hand. So that is it for my Christmas books. I just wanted to share a few of our favorites with you. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorites are, if you've read any of these and if you enjoy them. And if you don't enjoy them, let me know why. I'd love to know. We love books here at our home, and Christmas just feels like such a great time to bring in these special books into our home and just kind of go through some deeper into some of the stories and share some hot cocoa and a really great story time. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and listen to me rabble on about some of these books. Like I said, share your favorites down below if you have any favorite Christmas books, or let me know if you are interested in getting any of these. I will link whichever books I can down below in the description box. But like I said, most of the time we are buying our books used. So I'll check and I will see if I can find links for these. So if you wanted to check them out, you absolutely could. Thanks again for spending your time with me. I really appreciate you hanging out with me and spending your time to watch the video. If you aren't already, make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss any more of our Vlogmas-ish. It's a countdown to Christmas where we are posting a video every day through Christmas Eve. And if you liked this video, please be sure to hit that thumbs up so that I know that you enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching.